A race steeped in history has been won by Future Pearl. The World Pool Gold Cup for 2023 has been won by Future Pearl, and here to conduct the interview and the presentation with me is Sara Naidu, the chairman of Gold Circle, who will present the Gold Cup floating trophy and mementos to the winning owner, trainer, jockey and breeder, as well as prize money to the groom. Let's start off with the groom's presentation. A nice check coming the way of Sanele Shokwa, who is the winning groom of this freakishly good stayer, but we got John here to do duty for Sanele. Well done to Team Terry. It's a well-oiled machine. It's another feature race win for them here at Hollywoodbets Greyville, and Sanele will be taking home the big prize as the winning groom, Future Pearl 2023. But John, well done.
Thank you, and well done for the honor, well done for the jockey Richard Porter, and well done Mr. Terry, well done the team for the saber.
Thank you. Well done. Here comes Richard Faree, the winning jockey. Another feature race success for Richard during this unbelievable season. Oh, Richard, it's a hard ask for a 3-year-old to go through everything that he's gone through, but he's achieved. He's shown that he's head and shoulder. He's miles ahead of every other stayer in this country. How did the race go for you today in comparison to July Day, where it looked like clockwork? Here it looked like halfway through the race you were just looking around. Were you all that comfortable, or were you looking around to say, I'm going a bit too well here?
No, look, I was just always looking for options if I need to get out the way and make a move if I have to, but the pace was true coming into the straight. Lyle's was kicked nicely, opened up a nice smooth run for me, and I know Nabros, I'm not going to join him. I'm going to try and run past him as quick as I can, and Nabros is the sort of horse that will fight you off. So great win, well done to the big family, to Abby doing duty for the team, breeders, thank you Dr. Steen. And obviously to the sponsors to the race, and to a very powerful team as Mr. Terry himself, and a lovely horse. I remember riding him with a rating 81, and I said to Mr. Terry, I said, this is real, this can run, there's something there, we just don't know what it is. And I said, run him in the Derby and up in the Highveld, and he ran a good race, and he got penalised for it, but he hasn't looked back since then. Just targeted different sort of races for him, and he just groomed and rose to the occasion and started winning all the big ones. So it's a great win for this horse today, for the whole team right round. Great effort, so well done to everybody involved. Was the pace true? Yes, it was. First bit of the race they were going quite a nice pace off the back road. They had to stagger a little bit, and guys were still busy, like a little bit caught deep, and he was in the pocket. That draw was just, it was a plum draw. It was not something you'd want to give away, and just before the 1,000 they started rolling the speed up again, and he's a horse that you can ask and switch off at the same time. He just waits for you. So cracker win, still green running up the straight, but a bright future horse, and just been an absolute privilege to ride him. So well done to Mr. Terry and his team, thank you so much, and obviously to the World Pool for their initiatives, and my sponsors at Winning Form. I remember Makara, I remember Desert Links, and now I'll never forget Future Pearl. Well done, Richard. Yeah, look, Makara was the first one, and hopefully many more to come after this. Richard Faree, the winning jockey, give it up for him. He's cleaned up with these feature races this season, and he is the winning jockey of Future Pearl for the World Pool Gold Cup for 2023. Sean Terry is the winning trainer. A 3-year-old hasn't won this race since 2010, and Hermosa Mundo in 2017 won the unofficial Stayers Triple Crown. When did it become apparent that this could become an option? I remember when he ran in the Derby, he ran a lovely race, but got beaten. He was given an outrageous merit rating hike, which in hindsight is actually bang on. But when did you think that this long campaign would be as fruitful as this?
Well, to be honest, we just took a chance after the Derby in the race in Joburg, and it was very apparent that everything else is easy to map from there, because he showed his worth. Donald Geertsen rode him for me, his first feature winner, and he had to pull the trigger early. He didn't have to, but he did, and it showed me how much stamina he actually has got. Back home, when you obviously went this type of route and you thought, well, it's not an easy route for 3-year-olds. Hermosa Mundo did it as a grizzled veteran, Ancestral 4-1 in 2010, but without this type of campaign. Were there ever any doubts, or has he just blossomed and kept blossoming? He's blossomed. Obviously my target was the Scottsville race, the Derby, but when you look at the conditions, it became apparent that it wasn't an option. Obviously the Vars with a cap penalty was always going to be the plan. And with the way he won that, we were supremely confident, and he's delivered the goods today. Obviously Richard gets on really well with him, so well done to Richard. To Drakenstein Stud, I mean, they've had a phenomenal season, and you certainly can't win races without the horse, so it certainly starts at the breeding farm. And then obviously to all the owners that have supported me, especially Anthony Beck in this instance, but to the owners that have supported me, that have stayed with me, that have not tried to grab the reins out of my hand, thank you.
Big run from the old boy in the brass on third as well, and then for a 3-year-old to do this, that's a big feather in your cap. Well done, Sean.
Thank you so much. Obviously to have one of my adopted sons back from Hong Kong and take the reins from, take over on the brass again is an absolute pleasure. Lyle is world class, and he's always be a part of my family.
Well done, Sean. Did you know Lyle Hewitson was your brother?
I did not know, but now I do.
Well done to Dan, well done to everybody. There's the winning trophy. Aslan was Sean Terry's first winner of this race in 2011. This is Sean's third after the brass won it 2 years ago. Well done, Sean.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Well done, Sean Terry. AB, who's here to represent Anthony and Angela Beck. This is a real rollback, a throwback for AB Matlangu, because he's represented these famous colours and this famous family in South African racing for a very, very long time. And now you're back in the winners' enclosure at feature race level, not for the first time this season. It's almost as if the stars have aligned for the Beck family yet again.
It has. I've just done a big job holding a phone against the television so I can see the race in Italy. So I've done that, so I deserve to win this one. And thanks to Terry and his guys, and thanks to Mrs. Gaino Rupert, the Drakenstein, breeding this horse for us. And congratulations once again, Terry, you're a champion.
One of the beautiful trophies of South African racing is going the way of Anthony and Angela Beck, courtesy of AB Matlangu. If I'm not mistaken, Milverhoff won in these colours in this great race. Well done, AB.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And great to see AB Matlangu. Let's also get the official trademark, the thumbnail on the back of it all. Kevin Somerville representing Drakenstein Stud, just to come across and quickly say a few words. Future has suddenly come alive, but as for this family, I mean, this is Drakenstein through and through.
No, very much so. A mare that Gaynor bought a long time ago, one of her favourite mares. So obviously, you know, just congratulations to Anthony and AB and Sean and Richard. Fantastic job. You know, he looks like a really progressive sort by Futura. So I'm sure we'll see him in the Cape Summer season down, you know, as a 4-year-old as well.
Have you got a count of how many stakes winners you've bred this season?
It's 20.
That's a lot. Well done, Kevin.
No. Yeah, thanks very much.
Yep, so Kevin Somerville here to take the winning breeders prize across for Gaynor Rupert and the rest of the team out of the Drakenstein Stud. There'll be treasures there during the August sale of that, there is no doubt. So that's a wrap. It's Future Pearls Gold Cup for 2023. Armageddon, big run in second. Nabras rolling back the years with a big run in third. In fact, I actually thought at one stage he was going better than Future Pearl, but Future Pearl's turn of foot is different class. Razor Hallelujah, lovely run in fourth. Well, it's called Gold Cup Day. That's the Grade 3. Up next we have the Grade 1 Champions Cup, where we have a crackerjack field waiting for you.